This is the trade review for Tuesday, the 12th of March, 2024. And on Nvidia today, we had bearish pivots, and the pivots which were much tighter. So yeah, it could. I was expecting a breakout day, and we were opening inside yesterday's value. This is the top of the range yesterday. This is BPOC, which is value, and the pre-market was very tight, trading between R2 and the pre-market high. So on Nvidia, I guess my mistake was not entering short at the rejection of the pre-market high for an R4 reversal, and as you can see here, we actually drove down to pre-market low, and I made two trades with the live account and two trades with simulation. So far on Nvidia, it was looking like an open test drive to the bottom, and it was looking like a double distribution trend day. As we pulled back, but sold off again, and because I've been really bad at my uh, continuation plays after missing out the first entry, I decided to practice a little bit with the simulation account, and of course, it was an okay entry, but I got stopped out to the penny, and then it had the big drop. So this trade wasn't too bad, and the problem with that though is it made me a bit biased. Since we dropped to the pre-market low, and we actually had a very swift reversal. It wasn't really a setup for me, or the stock Nvidia was looking very bearish, so I wasn't expecting a reversal here. But it's an important level at the pre-market low. We swiftly reversed, and I just couldn't find an entry long in this place. And we tried to drop from value once again at R3, but it just continued. So I guess the rejection of R3 could have been a nice entry, but it's very hard day to predict. So when we, but I was expecting just a drop still. So when we formed this hammer at VWAP, I felt it could be a nice entry for continuation. So I pulled the trigger for a short, but it didn't quite work out and stopped me out from my first loss of the day in my live account. So that's when I'm like, I shouldn't have taken this trade because I don't really have a plan for those type of continuations. And the day was starting to look a bit like a normal day. But as you can see, here, we continue to the top side, and at R4 we had a nice push towards 884, and we had a bit of a rejection, and so decided to pull the trigger here. And you can see here that it was actually a sort of a doji forming at R4, but it was happening outside R4. So I think it wasn't very smart. I pulled the trigger here on live account, and it was a bit late. As you can see, my entry was at 883 with a good share size, but it stopped me out, unfortunately. And the price actually was rejecting again, so I made the second entry. The fourth, the third entry in simulation, um, to to see if it will have worked out at the end, but it didn't. So I got stopped out in simulation again, and then also made the last entry. So it was actually three simulation entries. This rejection of 891, as you can see, is very weaky, but it got stopped out. It got stopped out, as you can see, and the price action has been used very strong. This is a lot of attempts at returning the price inside the range, but they failed, and we got squeezed to the monthly R4 level, and that's where we find ourselves in right now. Yeah, I should have avoided this trend continuation. This entry I'm not too mad about. Because I did see the rejection, But once we broke out of the pre-market high, and once we broke out of R4, I think that the play should have been an R4 long for a breakout of yesterday's range. That would have been a really nice play. So I didn't. It's just very hard to visualize the $30, $40 move that Nvidia had today. So it's a bit complicated. I need to do. I think I lacked a little bit of understanding the big picture, what was going on here. Perhaps I can take those micro entries here where I want to make the lowest of the low, where I could have made an entry for the breakout, especially after we failed to respect this area, this strong area of resistance that was tested twice. So should have gone along once we broke out of there. But it's okay. I respected my stop loss. So did I respect rules? Unfortunately, no, because I took a trade. I took a trade that was not meant to be taken. I think today the pre-market prep was good, but it wasn't excellent. Market prep. Respect the stop losses and practice entries. I was not confident about. I didn't hit gold today. I think the trade at R4 was much better, but it wasn't a matter of the setup. It was a matter of the minus 2.3. It was a matter of understanding the big picture. It's how once we close above R4, the better entry should have been a R4 breakout, especially with the heavy ask that we had. So at this moment we didn't have the volume, so we sold off to find fires. But I completely forgot about that thesis, about that plan that I had. As conditions change, so yeah, I needed a better understanding of the big picture here, and I think my trades were attempts at traverses. The first one is a traverse. Did not execute correctly. This one was executed, yes, but it's not a traverse. This one is a actual R4 reversal. It's an E-trade. Yes, loss minus 1.2. Not my setup. Yeah, it's not. I'm taking a lot of trades that are not good in this data set. But anyways, that's it for my trade review. Okay, so yes, this is yes. Minus 1.2. Anyways, that's it for my trade review. One of my trades was okay. The other ones were an attempt at continuation, and I see now that this is the misreading that I had here, especially after reacting the pre-market low. But it is what it is. Hopefully I can continue to do better and take advantage of the opportunities that I see, such as the first one here on Nvidia. I should have taken it short. But anyways, that's it for my trading review.